treated us to something special. Would it be the final day of Ray Lewis's career? Out in the Denver chill, just 13 degrees a kick. Peyton Manning slipping on the isotoners. He's wearing gloves out there.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Ravens punt, opening drive. Here comes Trindon Holiday. 5'6", and he is coming up big, Brian.
Holiday, hey. Oh, yeah, Holiday. This kid here is a playmaker. I can't understand the Baltimore Ravens. Everybody migrated to the right side of the field and leaving the whole outside wide open for Holiday.
Longest punt return in playoff history.
Look at all the bodies of the Ravens. You only have one guy to outrun. Then now, when you're able to see the paint, baby, get the band fired up.
And how about Peyton Manning? Look, he's jumping for joy. He's like, I don't have to play today.
I want to go out there and see Ray Lewis right now.
Ensuing kickoff, it's the AFC Pro Bowl returner, Jacoby What's going on here?
Little nervous.
Okay, so 3 plays later, Joe Flacco. This tested Ravens on 3rd and 8. Flacco to Tandon Doss. Incomplete, but Tony Carter called for pass interference.
You know, that was great play. That was a great play.
I agree.
He just cut the route off, ran him out of bounds. Great play.
Great throw and catch here. Flacco to Torrey Smith, beating Champ Bailey, who had one of the worst days of his career.
One of the worst. It's probably the worst I've ever seen, and it didn't stop here, folks. This was just the beginning.
Smith held to just 1 catch in their first meeting. Toasts the future Hall of Famer on this one.
Cornerbacks, when the receiver knocks that hand off of you, it takes your inside shoulder, and you pause for a second, and he's able to gain ground, especially a guy that can run like Torrey Smith.
How would the gloves treat Peyton on this first throw behind Demaryius Thomas?
A little shaky at first, but he snapped out of it eventually. Definitely he was getting used to it. You saw him constantly fidgeting with him.
Here, intended for Decker, tipped and picked by Corey Graham. So the Ravens put up 14 points in 42 seconds.
I don't care what you say, Dion. That was pass interference,
and
buddy.
you know what? I'm sitting up here thinking, that was a great play. Now, okay, I have a right to the ball just like you have a right to the ball.
Not a right to his left arm, though.
At this point, I'm saying, here we go with Peyton Manning. Inconsistencies in cold weather.
Here we go. Peyton on 3rd and 7. Look at the catch and run by Jacob Tamme.
Hey, great catch. Folks at home, you do not realize how hard this is for a big guy to bend his body, scoop that ball off the turf.
Then on 3rd and 8, look at the catch by Brandon Stokely, the former Raven, gets a knee down.
And the throw time.
Right on the money. Game plan play, a little out and up. Stokely is still one of the best to do it in the game.
In that slot, I'm telling you, you can argue Welker. I'm not sure anybody else gets it done like he does.
Some Wes Welker.
I know you do.
We are tied at 14 after the first 15 minutes. Second quarter, Flacco looking for Torrey Smith again, and look who gets beat again. It's the 12-time Pro Bowler Champ Bailey, but this one, a little too low.
You know, that reminds me of the game in Houston versus Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, you cannot miss those type of plays in a playoff setting.
Well, here, Manning does not miss it to Decker for 32 yards. We're in the red zone. We're moving the chains, and we got another first down for Denver.
I like these big wide receivers, breaking tackles, finishing runs.
Next play, Manning to his running back, Noshawn Moreno, who beats Donnell Ellerbe, his former college teammate.
How many times do you see that? A stop and go on a linebacker versus a running back. Game plan play. Great game planning by the Denver Broncos.
I love it.
Moreno hurt his knee. He would not play in the second half, but that put Denver up by a touchdown. Next Broncos possession. Matt Prater from 52 yards out.
Looked like my golf swing.
Better yet, we've got a shot of Heath Evans' golf swing. Look at the 9-iron here. We call that a little fat.
How do you do that? And that's all you do.
I don't know. It looked like his plant foot was too high, too far away from the ball. A lot of things were wrong.
So the Ravens trying to put points on the board in the waning seconds, and it's Smith again. Look at the adjustment.
My goodness. Let me tell you something. It's not too many players could make this play. Champ Bailey had great coverage.
Yes.
This was just a great play. You can't cover a man better than that.
And who's loving it? Sugar. We're tied at 21 at recess. Third quarter opening kickoff. It's Mighty Mite Trindon Holiday.
Oh yeah, Holiday.
104 yards. He's the first player ever with a punt and a kickoff return for a score in playoff history.
Hey, that man.
And as you mentioned, John, well, first of all, nobody's back from the set. They're all getting their hot cocoa.
They're all trying to warm up.
They're cold.
John Harbaugh, remember, former special teams coach?
Yes.
As Peyton's loving it. Harbaugh's thinking to himself, wait a second, this is not what I taught. Now, Ray Lewis getting that digit looked at.
Ooh.
have a ring on it.
Those knuckles hurt.
It'll go down.
Deion's got a toe that looks like that.
You put a ring on that thing, I bet it'll go down.
Yeah, still managed to get 17 tackles on this day. Then Manning has the ball stripped. Of course, they review all turnovers. They get another look at it, and Paul Kruger's fumble recovery is upheld.
Should have been.
Yeah, good call. Good call. That one hurt that team, though.
Ensuing Baltimore drive, here comes Ray Rice. 30 carries, $131 on this day.
That was one of his better runs. I felt as though Ray Rice ran the ball all day, not one to fumble.
Yeah.
Not really aggressive.
A little hesitant at times, but
very
you know what?
hesitant.
You love the 130 yards, and you love that Caldwell got him involved because he is still the key to this offense.
He is pumped up after scoring from a yard out. We're tied at 28, and Peyton's got to go back to work.
They didn't like that mile-high salute, though, Chris.
Peyton to Joel Dreesen. And then we've got a little unnecessary roughness on Jockey Brown.
Horrendous call. I do not understand it. They're turning this game into a real soft heart. Look at it.
It's a shoulder hit.
It's a
first.
shoulder.
Listen, I'm an offensive guy. That shouldn't have been a penalty.
3 plays later, Manning. Demarius Thomas, no, but you see the late flag. It's called on Kerry Williams for holding.
It was not holding. He did not impede his route. This is the route that Heath and I don't agree with.
Look at holding.
The shoulders just touching. The shoulders just, he just has his hand rested gently on the shoulder. It did not impede the route. The receiver dropped the ball.
That was a horse collar tackle, Deion.
3 plays later, Manning to Demarius Thomas makes the great cut and gets away from Ray Lewis, and he is into the end zone, and Denver has a 35-28 lead.
This is what makes Peyton Manning so great. He's audible. This was an audible at the line of scrimmage, something that he saw. It's like having another coach on the field.
Capping a 10-play, 88-yard drive. Here comes Baltimore now on 3rd and 7. Flacco to Anquan Bolden, a team-high 6 grabs for 71 yards there near midfield. 4 plays later, 3rd and 5, Flacco. Buying time, Jacoby Jones. Oh!
Gotta have that, Jacoby. You gotta have that, baby.
For him right there, Deion. After what he went through last offseason.
After a Baltimore timeout, 4th and 5, they're going for it. Flacco to Dennis Pitta, and knocked away nicely by Mike Adams.
I didn't like his selection of receivers that time. I really did.
So now Denver on 3rd and 8. Couple first downs. They're salting it away. Ronnie Hillman played very well. 83 yards for the rookie, but stopped shy of the first down. So the Ravens force a punt. Flacco now with 40 ticks to go. 3rd and 3, just launches it downfield. Jacoby Jones somehow gets behind Raheem Moore for the 70-yard touch. Blow that kiss. We are tied at 35.
I wanted to see him dance, actually.
How in the world does this happen?
This is the problem right here. 3rd and 3. The cornerback is playing cover 2. He knows he has safety help over top. Raheem Moore backpedals and not opening his hip and get to the deepest point, and he falls on the play. 31
seconds left in regulation. The Broncos with 2 timeouts and arguably the greatest quarterback ever take a knee. We'll get to that in just a minute. So we're headed to overtime. Remember, each team gets a possession as long as the team that gets it first, in this case Baltimore, doesn't score a touchdown. On 3rd and 4, Flacco incomplete. Intended for Torrey Smith, but guess what? A flag on Champ Bailey.
Throw the ball to Anquan Bolden. I don't believe that flag. I don't think that was a good call.
I agree with you on that one.
I think that was just a great play by Champ Bailey. When you don't see the receiver get up complaining, that means it was right.
So with Peyton trying to get loose on the sidelines, Flacco really stayed pretty clean on this day. Von Miller, Elvis Dumerville get the only sack for the team that led the NFL in sacks.
Throw the ball to
That was because of the
Bolden.
DBs. DBs doing their job, help that.
Now Denver on 3rd and 1, they give it to Jacob Hester. He gets stuffed by T. Sizzle.
Sizzle for shizzle.
So Baltimore gets the punt back. Flacco almost picked here by Mike Adams, who is out of bounds.
Tap your toes, find a way.
Next play, after a delay of game, it's 3rd and 13, and Flacco, who became the first quarterback this season to throw for more than 300 yards against Denver, 24 yards to Pitta, and a first down. 3 plays later, it's 3rd and 3. Flacco to Bolden, nearly picked by Chris Harris, so Baltimore would punt.
Great play. Great play by Harris.
So here comes Denver. Peyton Manning, 48 career game-winning drives on his resume. Flushed, and he wishes he had it back. Looking for Stokely, finds Corey Graham.
Cardinal sin against his body. Even the great ones do it. You see Stokely, 14 right there in the middle of your screen. That's his guy on 3rd down. Pressure situations. Forced it.
So you figure one first down, Baltimore's in field goal range, and here comes Ray Rice up the middle for 11 yards, gets a big push from Marshall Yanda, the Pro Bowler.
Which got him the first down.
Yes.
Now on to the second overtime, the first one in the NFL in 9 playoff seasons. It's Justin Tucker from 47 to win it. The rookie out of Texas, and Baltimore continues its dance. It is not over yet for Ray Lewis. Hugs and kisses on the sidelines and on the field in an amazing, amazing game that was tied 5 times. There were 4 lead changes. No team ever led by more than 7 points. And now Baltimore is off to the AFC title game for the 3rd time in the last 5 years, while Denver's 11-game winning streak is over.